most southern things to do here in the South is literally drink sweet tea out of a mason jar, but we don't have any sweet tea. So I'm fighting the elements right now because of the wind is blowing, because Beyonce has graced us with her powers. So bear with me. But today I am here to do my wrap up for September. September was a weird reading month. It was just weird because I read one of the longer books that I have read this year, and I think it put me in a, I wouldn't say a slump, but like in this really weird space. So the first book that I read was The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. This one is about Esperanza Cordero. Apparently this is like very it's not an autobiography, but it's really based on Cisneros' life. She gets asked a lot about it, essentially, like if it's about her, etc., etc. Book is broken down into vignettes, almost like it's quick, short, like about her life growing up. Yeah, there's nothing to say that much about it. I enjoyed it, so I gave it 3.5 out of 5. I liked it. So the next one is Department of Speculation by Jenny O'Feel. This one is weird. It's a book about this person called like the wife. I don't really know her name, but the best thing about this book for sure is the writing. It is done really nice. Like the writing is the icing on the cake on this book. I really enjoyed it. It's basically a family portrait about this wife who is like in this weird place with her life and her marriage. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5. The writing, you guys. Alright, the next book that I read was Psycho by Robert Bloch, narrated by Paul Michael Garcia. The movie by Alfred Hitchcock is definitely one of my favorite films of all time. It's amazing, and this book was literally the same. Like as he was narrating it, I saw the movie coming back to me again. I felt like the book and the movie were really similar. They did change a few things. If you've never watched the movie, you should. It's a classic. The twist, I think it works better in film form actually, but I did enjoy it. I gave it 4 out of 5. So yes. Next, I listened to The Lightning Thief, Percy Jackson by Rick Riordan, narrated by Jesse Bernstein. Growing up, I never read Percy Jackson for some reason, which I don't know why, because it was geared towards me. Like that book was basically geared towards me as a kid, because as a kid growing up, I love like adventure books, Greek mythology, but growing up I never read those books. I really liked it. It was weird because I never saw the movie and I've heard bad things about the movie, and so listening to this, I was kind of skeptical going into it, but it was surprisingly not bad. Like it had more of a sarcastic tone to it than I expected, which was weird. But yes, I will continue with the series. I gave it 3.5 out of 5. I feel like I don't need to give you the synopsis of this book because you probably know it. So yes, I listened to, Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm so sorry. Narrated by Max Deacon. Bruh. I don't want to be loved right now. Where was I? Anyways, yes, this is basically a set of letters. He's writing to a person writing him letters, and like he's giving advice. You guys, wow. The writing, I need to find more of his works because his writing style is incredible. It is beautiful. One word. Beautiful writing. Great advice. I liked it. I gave it 4 out of 5. The next books that I read were for the book Buddy-a-thon, which I did with Savannah. What is going on over there? One dog starts barking. The whole crew gotta get into it. I read basically 9 to 13 of A Season of Fortune in Advance by Lemony Snicket, narrated by Tim Curry. The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. Belzar by Meg Wolitzer, narrated by Georgine Marie. Night by Elie Wiesel, narrated by George Goodall. And then the last book was White Oleander by Jeanette Finch. So yeah, if you're interested in any of those, check out my video. I'll link it. So yes, next. I listened to Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng, narrated by Cassandra Campbell. This book is about a family. It's a family saga, essentially. And within the first page, you realize that, what was her name? Lydia. Yes, Lydia. Lydia dies, she dies. Like, they find her body, so she's dead. Dead and gone. This book goes back and like back to the past and back to the present, goes back and forth between timelines with the parents and the kids about their lives, and it basically is weaving the story of how this family, the Lee family, deals with this information and how it essentially leads to this information, like to this death essentially. This book is also about race, because this race does play an important part, especially with the family in the parents, because they're biracial. Dad is Asian and then the mom is Caucasian, so they are dealing with this biracial pool between the two cultures clashing about being American and then also trying to hold on to your Asian roots. It's really interesting. You see this dynamic between all the family members. It's really great. And it does something that I like, which is the writing. The writing just seemed really effortless. It just flows. Like, this book literally just flows. I also enjoyed all the characters. Like, they were just really great to know about and get to know. I really liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. So yes, I am participating in the Hispanic Reads, which is for Hispanic Heritage Month, which runs from September 15th through October 15th, which is weird because it's in the middle, like in the middle. But anyways, that's when I finished Everything I Never Told You. So I started listening to a lot of Hispanic authors' works, and I'm going to talk about them in a separate video. So that's why this video is kind of short, but I will tell you some of the books that I have listened, which was Gabby, A Girl in Pieces by Isabel Quintero, How the Garcia Girls Lost Their Accents by Julia Alvarez, and then like one of the best books I've read this year was by a Hispanic author, and it was like definitely an accomplishment, which is 2666 by Roberto Bolaño. I will talk about those 3 books and more because I'm reading more books by Hispanic authors. I'm definitely gonna just probably end it. I'm just gonna go through October with it because I just like a clear stopping point. Currently listening to by Bless Me Ultima. Man, these books, so good! The next book is A Little Life by Yanya Yanagihara. This book was long. I mean long. I did a whole vlog review of it. I'll link it. So if you want to check out my thoughts, there is no spoilers on that video. Surprisingly, no spoilers. So yes, if you want to see my thoughts about it, I'll link it. It was really interesting read. Just to let you guys know, I think that book is like a 4, like a solid 4 book. I was in the video, I said I might bump it up to 5, but the more I thought about it, I think it's solid 4. Definitely one of my favorites of the year though, that's for sure. If there were other books that I think just watch the video and you'll see. So yes, the last book that I read in September that I finished is Fun Home, a family tragic comic by Alison Bedell. I still have yet to look up how to pronounce her last name, but I think it's Bedell. Yes, it's a graphic memoir basically about her life growing up and how she had to deal not only with her being gay, but also the things in her family and how the death of her dad growing up really affected her. I thought it was really, really good. Now, the thing though is this is also one of those books where they make a lot of references to other books, and majority of the books that she make references to I haven't read. Like, I have not read Ulysses yet by James Joyce. Will I ever read that book? I don't know, because that book is long. And people tell me that it's like a book that you really have to put your soul into that book because you'll it's one of those reads, and I'll get to it eventually, but not right now. Some of the books and like the Greek mythology that she references, I was like, ooh, I got this reference, but some of them I just didn't, and I think that's where it kind of lost me, because that's when I lost like a connection with her almost. But when she did make the references to the other literature that I didn't know, that I did get. But I thought it was really insightful, and the thing I also like about this was that she would reference things that happened in her life, but she never outright said certain things, and I just really like that. So yes, those are all the books that I read in September. I thought I had a good reading month, definitely because of A Little Life. The video should be posted by now, but I DNF'd that Shutterbug. I couldn't. I couldn't. Yes, if you read any of these books, let me know. Until then, I'll see you guys till later. Bye.